Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Recap, where we talk about what's in the newsletter and do readings about that topic. And I see a lot of you got your questions in already, so thank you so much for being here. Thank you as well to the Stars and Suns members who were able to join us last night for our Zoom gathering. It was so nice to see people. Really appreciate that. We do that pretty much once a month. And a special shout out, of course, to all the members and the moderators. Thank you so much for being here. All right. Today, I thought I would use my Tarot of Transformation, which you might see I've just done a video about, sort of as an addendum in a way to the Mixed Media Divination workshop. If you didn't get to see Mixed Media, watch that. One way or the other, definitely watch the new video. And I thought I would use this very weird deck that I do really like for our questions today. And, you know, in the video I explained, I never use this deck for actual readings. I just don't. But I thought, given the topic, it would work. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So what is the topic? The topic is, what is emotional strength? So I was inspired to write this because a few people that I've talked to recently are describing people as strong, but what they mean is they don't show emotion. He's pretty strong, so I don't think he'll cry. Or I try to be strong and not, let people know what I'm feeling. And then there's the other thing that you hear, people talking about their feelings, which is, I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I do. So there's a sense of shame about what we're feeling. And okay, facts. We all feel what we feel, right? You do. You feel what you feel. And so having shame about it doesn't really make any more sense than being shame about, having shame about any other fact about yourself, right? Some of it might reveal not our finest moments. And some of it might point out, okay, maybe I need to be less attached. Maybe I need to be more compassionate. We can look at the feeling and we can say, I know I shouldn't be feeling this, but instead, perhaps I'm feeling this because, and then working through it that way so you can grow, right? So even those difficult emotions can help us grow if we can look at them. So the premise in the newsletter is that really the ability to know your emotions, to feel your emotions, the courage to feel your emotions when appropriate, to let other people know how you're feeling, that really is strength, right? Right? That's what I think. So there we are. So if you haven't read the newsletter, you can go to the link right in the descriptions. I didn't put a link up, but I will let you know I am available for readings. So you can just go to my information on my channel and make an appointment to see me. That would be cool too. But let's get into it. Let's do some readings on this topic of all of the sticky, icky things that we feel and all of the ways we feel about the things that we feel. Let's play with that. And the first person I see is Ali Mammon. So nice to see you. Could you please tell me what my emotional strengths are, such as courage, perseverance, discipline, etc., and how do I access it? All right, I love it. I believe that your emotional strengths have to do with helping others, being aware of other people's emotions, and having a great deal of compassion in your desire to help others. I also feel it's all coming up cups. So I think it's really all about true emotional intelligence, being tuned into other people's feelings, being tuned into your own feelings, the ability to love in all of its different forms. That's really the thing. And with that, the ability to think about what your desires are, what it is you really want, what really makes sense to you, and to manifest it, to make it happen, all with the powers of your emotion. Like when we talk about law of attraction, we talk about magic. What is the key ingredient? It's emotion. Magic works because of emotion. You can use the right Incense, you can use the right flower, you can use the right crystal, you can burn the right candle, but at the end of the day, the real power is the emotion. And you've got that, so you've got the ability to manifest. So that's cool, right? Thank you, Joyous Ocean. Hey, Ben, so good to see you. Hope you're doing well in the new job. All right. Adrija, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Emotional strength and how to make it useful. All right. The thing is, you've been working for a really long time, Adrija, to find your emotional balance and to figure out how to put together your technical side, your creative side, your playful side, your serious side, all the different sides. You're working how to put all of that together for yourself. And it's really a beautiful thing. And that is useful in every way. It's going to be useful in terms of your job. It's going to be useful in terms of, being able to set goals and go where you want to go. It's going to be useful in terms of healing from the past, in terms of finding good friends. And it will be useful in terms of confronting every single thing that you need to confront in your life. So, you're already doing it. That's the key. You're already doing it. Denise Woods, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member here. What, if any, do you see as my emotional strength? I've always been the one who is always sorry because I'm so emotional, like a broken spirit. And well, we're trained for that because we are trained that it's weak to show emotions. I'm sorry, I'm crying. No, maybe I'm not sorry I'm crying. Maybe just deal with it. We've been taught to be uncomfortable with other people's emotions. And we've taught to be that it's wrong to show our own emotions because it imposes on others. All of that. So when I look at emotional strength for you, Denise, look at that. I shuffled, but you also got temperance, which again says to me, you're working at it. You're finding your balance. It's hard for you to find the balance because there's a lot there. You feel a lot. But you are learning how to temper it, literally. You are learning how to temper it so that the lows are not so low and the highs are not so high. Trey Cameron, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I've been having issues with perfectionism and self-criticism. I'm sorry. Any advice? I feel like it's causing me issues with anxiety. Any advice from Spirit with letting this go, or is it needed? These are great questions. I don't think it's needed at all. In fact, I think it's not needed. I think that you would still be self-aware. You would still be able to critique your work. You would still have that inner vision without shit-talking yourself all the time. Excuse my language. I think that the perfectionism and the negative self-talk is an outgrowth of early trauma. And I think it causes you to be less. It makes you small. You make yourself small. And this was originally done to you, but now you do it to yourself. And so letting it go is recognizing what it is. Recognizing that it doesn't serve you, recognizing where it comes from, and then just when you see it come up for yourself, just to gently, re-guide yourself, redirect yourself. We all learn gentle redirection to do with children, with employees, with elders, just gently redirect. We also need to gently redirect ourselves sometimes. Nalini Kalu, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Emojis. Did I say that? I did. I said emojis. And now I think that's really cute. And I think we should always say that, but we won't. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Okay. I was doing great working on my emotional strength until my friendship with B changed. Now I feel emotionally out of control and messed up. What's going on with me and how to fix it? Well, what's going on with you is what the relationship changed to, that kind of relationship that it changed to, is something not just with this person, but in general, that you have a hard time really understanding what it should be, what it shouldn't be, how it works, how it doesn't work. And so your understanding of what that sort of relationship is and should be just makes you crazy and makes everyone around you crazy. And that's really hard. Meanwhile, in looking at this particular friendship, it's hard because I feel like you're both going through difficult times in life, and it makes sense that you help each other on the way forward. And that's fine if you do it from, whatever energy you do it from is fine. But I think it's hard for you to find the space to let this be that sort of relationship without bringing up all of these other issues. So the bottom line is it's not about the relationship. It's about your issue with defining relationships and what you think about relationships and how relationships make you feel. And this could have to do with things from your past. It could have to do with relationships from your past. It could have to do with upbringing and expectations that were placed upon you. So that's what I think. All right. Hey, Melissa Grasso, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Thank you for your kind words about the newsletter. As a child, I was taught to suppress my emotions. As a Scorpio, I can easily put on the poker face you describe in the newspaper. But also as a Scorpio, my emotions run very deep and can be complex at times. What is the best way for me to show vulnerability and emotions in an appropriate way? As a Scorpio, I'm still working on that. I'll let you know if I figure it out. No, seriously, I'll do the reading. But yeah, totally, it's hard. So, the best way to show vulnerability and emotions in an appropriate way, show them to yourself. Honor them yourself. Feel them yourself. Share them with friends. I think the poker face for now is right at work. I think that's the right thing. You're a female in a power position in a man's game. And so I do feel like, sometimes the poker face serves us. But I feel like right now you have to be vulnerable with yourself. You have to show your emotions to yourself and be comfortable with that. I think that's your first step. I really do. Catherine Fan, nice to see you. What are my emotional strengths and weaknesses? What are y'all thinking about this deck? What are you thinking? It's not my most comfortable deck, but the images are so pretty, All right. Hey, Smile Soul 20, so nice to see you. It was good to see you last night. Thanks for popping by. Glad you are here today. Mix you here. I've been feeling tender lately with family and also being a queer non-binary person in the world. I often alternate between being okay and vulnerable. Yeah. I mean, I know you're up in Canada, and I know Canada is trying to position itself as like a place where refugees from the U.S. can go if we need to, which is great. But I also know that all is not well in Canada. And that's the thing, what is happening? I mean, it's happening, here in Florida and in some other places, but it's not confined to the South, and it's not confined to the U.S. And I don't think any queer person, any non-binary person, or any ally is okay right now. I just got to tell you that, just saying. Anyway, what do I need to know to maintain and maximize emotional strength? What a great question. That you do not personally carry the weight of it all. That you are not personally responsible for fixing every problem. That you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. If you could just know that 100% of the time, you would feel so much better. Right? And make sure everyone, please contact your representatives. Okay. Okay, Julie. So I feel like you're sort of turning this into a love life question, which is fine. We'll do that. And the answer is things are very much still in flux here. But what I see here is a lot of energy and a lot of creativity. This person will show their strength through their creativity, through having fun, through being active. Kanchan Verma, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. I feel emotional suppression is more related to society obligations, like a man never cries and female becomes weak or less attractive if she expresses herself on an emotional level. It's illogical, though, right? Right, I agree. I was looking for the question there, but I didn't see the question, but I appreciate the comment. Oh, I see the question. You're curious to know about your emotional quotient. Right. Fair, got it. I see it. Look at this. Every single person so far who has just said, tell me about my emotional strength, has gotten temperance. And I mean, I am shuffling. And so I just think that's so interesting that temperance from this deck is presenting itself. And for me personally, in my personal tarot lexicon, I very often see temperance as this card that speaks to real emotional balance and healing. Like temperance is like the person who has their emotional stuff together, who has that balance and that flow and is able to just be okay. That's how I see this card. And Kanchan, you are the third one when asking, this very similar question. This comes up for you. So I feel like you're doing such a good job. You may not feel like you're doing such a good job. So I would say no, that you're doing a good job. Oh, Julie, not your boyfriend. So yeah, I mean, what shows up there is really just about that fire energy, Julie. So creativity, humor, being outdoors, being active, those kinds of things. Christine Hallowell, so nice to see you. Thank you. What should I know about? What should you know about your emotional strength? I feel like, okay, now this is like really bad. That what I'm going to say is like really, really, really bad, and I really shouldn't say it. Because like ethically, like I'm in an ethical crunch right now. Because the thing that wanted to come out of my mouth is something that I think could cause some harm if I said it. So here's the thing, Christine. I'm just going to say this. I feel like you have one of those brains that will choose to suppress not only emotions, but whole memories. I feel like you literally have repressed memories. Now, does that mean I think something terrible happened to you? This is the ethics part. I tell someone, hey, I think you've got some repressed memories. They're now going to think, oh my gosh, some terrible, terrible, terrible thing happened to me. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I think that your brain works overtime to protect you from the weight of your feelings. And that came in childhood because of some things that happened in childhood, whether egregious or not. Kanchan, thank you. Yes. So, Christine, the thing is, you are a grown-up now. You are very self-aware. You are very spiritual. You are very curious. And there's a part of you that is still afraid to feel everything and to see everything and to know everything. And it's fine to protect yourself when you need to. But what's coming up here is that you now overprotect yourself, and maybe you don't need to. And thank you, everyone, for your feedback. I appreciate it. I don't always read it aloud, but I see it. Betty Flesher, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for being here. Next question I see is Ben, Libra Does Tarot. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. And thanks for your kind words about the newsletter. What do I see are your greatest emotional strengths, Ben? The thing with you, Ben, is you have this great combination of being able to just do what needs to be done, but also being able to have fun and be spiritual and creative. So you're like both right-brained and left-brained in a lot of ways. And that gives you a huge emotional range, which I think is very positive for you. Betty Flesher, thanks so much for being a member. It was so much fun to have you there last night. Thank you. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I don't show emotions, kind of like Spock, but inside feels like internal tornadoes. Is it my Aquarius sun or... Honestly, the Aquarius sun could give you the ability to do this, but honestly, I think it's something you were trained for, either by culture or by trauma, one or the other. And a lot of us were trained for it by culture, right? Shut up, stop crying, or I'll give you something to cry about. Our parents talk to us in ways that hopefully we didn't talk to our kids, and hopefully our kids will not talk to their kids. And so I think a lot of it is you are taught not to impose on people, Betty. You're taught not to impose your feelings on others. And what I'm going to say to you is it's okay to take up space if you want. And thank you, everyone, for your kind words. Selma, I feel deep and get attached, and I can't get over the feelings quickly. How can I possibly get in control of my emotions? Great question. And the answer is to recognize that those attachments aren't what you think they are. You tell yourself a story. When you get attached to someone and then it doesn't work and now you're like just so upset for the longest time, it's because you've built up in your mind this whole story, this whole set of expectations regarding this relationship and what this relationship is going to be. And I think it is because either now or in the past, your needs were not met. Your needs were not met and you had no agency to get your needs met. And so you're looking for a relationship to meet some deep needs. And relationships can meet a lot of needs, for sure. But I think that there's some healing from your past that you need. And I think that there is a recognition, that with these attachments, you're attaching to a story, not to a person. And the story you're telling yourself is basically false. But it's all for a reason. And the reason has to do with the hurt of your past. Oh, Febborn, thank you. Love the newsletter. Thoroughly simplified, yet quite profound. Yeah, that is what I do. I take this like really profound topic and try to put it in 300 words or less. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And Betty's liking this deck. So here's the thing. They are out of print, but you can get it. It was not a terribly popular deck. You can get it for pretty cheap. All right, Pip, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I'm wondering if the cards can give guidance for me on how to cope when I'm feeling depleted by others' BS, please. Or how to get me back to myself quicker and easier. Let's take a look. Well, I think the problem is you can handle all the bullshit in the world if you feel like you have ultimately a way out, ultimately an escape plan. And right now, you don't really see that. You just have to deal with it. And so what I think needs to happen is you need to recognize that what you're dealing with, you will not have to deal with forever. And that's the first thing you have to do. That's what's going to make it easier. Now, the next thing is going to be boundaries, to set boundaries with people so that you don't have to deal with as much of their BS, and doing really good self-care. These are the things. It's really about how you take care of yourself and how you process this. So do not feel like this is a forever thing. And do good self-care and do have some good boundaries, and that will help. That will help. It really will. Karen Hendershot, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. What does the universe say I need to work on with my emotions? Great question. Oh, look at you. You're the second one to get this. I'm going to say, these two cards, man, have been so important to this conversation. I'm going to say, A, recognize the ways in which you are sane. And don't let people make you feel like you're not sane when you are sane. And recognize that your particular psychic connections are real. And that is influenced by your emotions and also influences your emotions. So own your psychic nature and own your sanity. Try those two things. Joyous Ocean, nice to see you. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What do I need to know to manage my emotional strengths? I think some of them are weaknesses too, so often. So often. To manage your emotional strengths, know that you will always be okay. And know that you are a big picture thinker. You don't want to help one person. You want to help the whole world, right? You don't want to just, you want the big picture. And you see the big picture. And that can make it hard to process little things, right? When you're really in the macrocosm, it makes it hard to process what's going on in the microcosm. So I think for you personally, to make the microcosm and the macrocosm both important, and just recognize, I think sometimes you know that you're a winner, and sometimes I think you have some imposter syndrome. I think you need to get over the imposter syndrome. That'd be my guess. Karen Hendershot, I LOL'd. I feel all over the place and not at all sane right now. We'll see. The cards never lie, my friend. All right. Mediha Ness, hope your trip is going well. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member here. What are your emotional strengths? What can I work on? So, your emotional strengths, gratitude and commitment. What you can work on is letting go of unhealthy attachments. That was quick, right? Soulstar, nice to see you. Lisa Harmon, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I would like to know my strength. Your strength is in the ability to really know people, love people, communicate with people, meet people where they are, care about people, and be there for people. Which is funny because you've had a lot of people in your life who haven't been able to do that for you. And yet, here we are. So that's why it's a superpower. Hey, Quinn, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Next question I see is Ren Geronimo. So nice to see you. Thank you for being here. What is your emotional strength? Your ability to see all of the possibilities. Your ability to manifest, your ability to love, your ability to create a space that feels safe for you and for the people that you care about. So love and protection in a lot of ways. And manifestation. Love, protection, and manifestation. Are Cancers weepy? They can be. Teresa C., thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. I had the Three of Swords Monday and has indeed felt this way emotionally. I have rare extreme anxiety and cannot sleep this week. Is this part of healing or is something else going on emotionally? Wow, sorry you're going through that. My gosh. I think it has everything to do with the big changes. You've got graduation coming up. You've got big changes. You are really doing the thing that you set out to do. It's not a maybe anymore. And I think that's causing you anxiety because you know what? Someone told me something once, and I think this is so true, that when we grow, so yes, is it a part of healing? Yes. But it's tied to the time that it is right now. When we grow, there's a part of us that is dying. And that part of us feels death and fears death. And will try to keep us from growing. And that's your anxiety. Quinn, I feel emotionally tired. I feel tired emotionally. Like I can't deal with any emotion anymore. How can I change that and be comfortable with my feelings again? Well, I think that you need some rejuvenation. You need to do some real spiritual work. Whatever your tradition is, you need to do some work within that tradition for your own rejuvenation, for your own joy. You need to have some fun. You need to do some things, both in the spiritual world and the mundane world, that make you feel good. And that will replenish your energy. Did I skip Catherine Fan? No, I don't think I did. Can someone confirm that I did indeed get Catherine? I thought I did, but I might not have. I know I said hi to her. So someone confirm. I'll be happy to. Why don't I just scroll back just in case? If Catherine gets 2 readings, it's really not a big deal. She deserves it. I think you're right. I might have. Yes, I think I did skip you. Catherine Fan, I really apologize. Emotional strengths and weaknesses. I think a weakness could be impatience, and that impatience can be like not wanting to go through the social rituals of niceties when you really just want to, like, can we just get to it? And so that can create issues. I think your strength is your ability to see what is really true and communicate that truth. And thank you all so much for your feedback. Really appreciate it. And thanks for catching me when I skip. Because it does happen, and it happens to everybody. Okay, here we go. Soul Star, I have to undergo a tooth extraction, wisdom tooth extraction tomorrow. Ouch, I'm sorry, I'm emotional about that. Am I able to say how that will go? I think it'll be as fine as it can be. You know, I'm not worried about it. You know, it's never comfortable, but I think it'll be fine. Febborn, nice to see you. What do you see as my emotional strength? Your emotional strength is your ability to hold a lot of different feelings all at once. Your emotional strength is being able to keep calm in a shitstorm. God, I've got potty mouth today. I'm really sorry. And it's hard because it's a lot, in a lot of ways, it's about response to things, that you operate in response to things. So like your emotional strength is your ability to respond in a difficult time, to respond to others, to respond to yourself when things are hard. That's at least a emotional strength. Christine, thank you for that feedback. That's good. Swati, what is my emotional strengths and how can I manage my emotions being a highly emotional person? But the thing is, you're also highly playful. Humor is a huge emotional strength for you, and I think you can also use humor to manage things. Selma, thanks for that feedback. Leslie Jones, nice to see you. I'm a really emotional person, and it truly makes me feel weaker than others because my emotions are so easily overpower me. Any advice on how to manage them, like the lady with the lion, right? Oh, look, there's a cat too. It's something that you're going to have to do very consciously. It's consciously. To really think about it when those feelings come up, to just sort of acknowledge them and be like, picture yourself, like picture the feeling as the lion and picture yourself as that gentle woman calming the lion so you can put the hand in the mouth, right? You know you got it when you got the hand in the mouth. So literally use the strength card to help you with this. We missed you last night, Teresa, but we do it every month. Yes, Catherine, I did skip you and now I got you. Quinn, did I skip you? No, I did not skip you, did I? No, I did not skip you. I told you that you need to do equal practices of sacred practices and mundane practices to stop being emotionally numb. I remember. I never remember. I remembered. Let me know, though, if you did get it. If you didn't get it, I'll do it again, for sure, for sure. Oh, Ness, you got your hair done today. Good. Okay, so check in with me. Did you get a message you didn't understand? Because we're working with a weird deck and it's a hard topic. Did I skip you? So did you understand your message? Did I skip you? Did you not ask a question and now you're ready to ask a question? It's time for all that stuff. All that stuff. And again, I want to remind you that I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, here in person in Palm City if you happen to be here. Look for some big StarCon announcements coming up, including ticket sales opening up coming soon, and new videos. There's a new video for all members, and there's a new video for everybody, so go check those things out. And my friends, I want to thank you so very much. Take really good care. I will look forward to seeing you soon. Be good.